Hey church, it's Wednesday. So this past week we continued on in our series through the book of Hebrews, picking up in chapter 12. And right away, the very first verse confronts us with something that is outside of our normal thought process about the way this world is ordered. Verse 1 says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses." And so the question we're addressing this week is, who are those witnesses? And are they the heroes of the faith that were talked about in chapter 11? And if so, does that mean that these people and others are looking down on us from heaven? Can people see us from heaven is kind of the question that we're looking into. So let's get into that. This idea that there are people looking down on us from heaven to see what we're doing is actually a pretty commonly held belief, thanks to pop culture and some less than stellar theology. But unfortunately, this is not what the book of Hebrews is telling us in this verse. It is telling us that the cloud of witnesses are those people that God commends as having faith in chapter 11, plus many, many more people as well. There are a whole cloud of heroes of the faith. And so if those heroes are surrounding us, does that mean that they can see us, that they're watching us from up above, so to speak? Well, I believe that the key to answer this question rests in the fact that the author calls them witnesses to us. They're witnesses to us. When it says witnesses, it's referring to people whose lives have testified to the blessings of staying firm in the faith of God. Those people mentioned in chapter 11, and so many more people as well. He's saying there are so many of these examples of lives that give evidence of the greatness of God and for faith in God. I've told you about so many of them, he's saying, and there are so many more to spur you along as well, to give you even more reason for the hope that lives in you. And so we can see that this is not people in heaven looking down on us, watching us like we're some really exciting people or something, and like they have nothing better to do. In fact, instead, it is those who have gone before us in faith and who have given us an incredible example in their lives and that are bearing witness to the reality of God for us. They are witnessing to us. The rest of verse 1 speaks of the race that we all run, this race of life. And so in the race of our lives, we are to be inspired to stay strong and to finish well because of what those people who have gone before us have shown to be true of God. That's what these witnesses are all about. Now, in all of this, the Bible doesn't say specifically that people in heaven can't look down on us. So we can't say that that's impossible. But it does seem a bit unlikely since the Bible doesn't say specifically that they can look down on us either. And no offense to you all, I love you all, but as great as you people all are here on earth, when I get to heaven, I may be a little too preoccupied with the absolute perfection of the people around me and the greatness of God before me to be muddling around with the stuff of this fallen world. And we need to remember too that whether or not people can see us from heaven, we aren't running this race for them. We aren't running for their applause or approval. Verse 2 tells us where our focus needs to be. It says, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. We are running the race for an audience of one. May you run the race well. Until next time, be a witness.